July 19th, 9:44 p.m. I cannot talk about anything I've been witnessing when I go in the hallway, in the yards, in the front yard, on the sidewalk. I can't talk about this town. I can't talk about nothing. All I can talk about is that the military's been flying over the house again. They haven't flown over the house in like half an hour. I am able to talk about that. Their presence is very, very, very known. Oh my God, I will never forget this. Oh my God. Like, wow, wow, wow. So their presence is, they're here, you know when they're here. And then they just, like I said, because I can say it, but nothing else, is they all stay in the yards and they really believe that they cannot be touched, stopped, questioned, apprehended. I mean, they do the most violent gore and horror here. When I go on the porch or when I take the garbage out, the people that are on the sidewalk let me know how angry they are with me. The bullying, the harassment, the intimidation is just out of this world. And then the police department here, the Metropolitan Police Department, does nothing but try to arrest me for just breathing and sitting in the house. No matter what, they're just going to keep coming in. And but that's also with the Department of Mental Health, just relentlessly coming in. No matter what, no matter who, they're going to keep coming in. So I'm facing that tomorrow and in the next following days until I get out of here. It will not stop, folks. It's just not going to stop. What I am to say is, although you can stand anywhere near here, you can't miss these helicopters that fly over. Some of them are so big. They're like, they send a smorgasbord of different type of helicopters. I've seen it all here. If I ever talk to anybody about this in real life, they'll be well educated. I have lived it, so I have seen a lot and heard a lot of stuff and things. I don't know if I will leave here with any agents being able to tell me what to say. I really honestly don't know. I mean, you think, before Donald Trump took office in 2017, he was the beginning of it. Biden just continued it. It's both of these men that are running for president that are guilty of terrorism and treason. It's hands down. Hands down. And the thing is, nobody cares in the United States. That's the thing. So people like me, no one wants to hear it. They don't want to hear it from me, okay? This is their guy, Biden. This is their guy, Trump. It's one or the other. Either one of these guys brings in Saudi Arabia and all of Palestine into power in my country. All of Sharia law into power in my country. So that hijabs can keep coming in calling the cops on me. While there's all these human organs and tissues gushing up through my sink, she's going to go call those cops. That's our new America. They don't care to hear it from me. Nobody does, people. I realize that. Like, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. And when I go out and I take my garbage out, they are so fucking pissed at me in this city. It is not pretty, okay? It is not effing pretty. I have men that clench their fist when they walk past me on a regular basis. The intimidation I go through by men that are like feet taller than me, really tall guys. It's just, I'm used to it. I am used to it. And I'll be wearing rags. All my clothes are rags. Destitute. Doesn't matter, man. They're still clenching their fist, staring me down and breathing really hard through their nose. They breathe through their nose. Like that. Yeah, it's pretty creepy here. And the women. Oh, Lord. These women here. Oh, boy. I think I've made it clear what I deal with. So I'm not welcomed, adored, liked, or appreciated in D.C. They hate Heidi. Hate, H-A-T-E in all caps. They hate Heidi. But if I were to ever talk to anybody about all the military helicopters, it is something else. It is really amazing. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was right. Oh, wow. And they've been really heavy and present. Like, I've never seen anything like this. It's almost every night, and they don't go away. So maybe they'll raid again tonight, but if they do, I can't film that. And if they do, they stay. They don't fucking go. Excuse my language. Like when they did it with NATO, they were here for like an hour or longer, dude. They don't go. And they just did it last night. And then last night, they didn't go. Oh my God. And then today, everybody's coming in trying to arrest me again. Going on video in the backyards, in the house, everywhere. And then, of course, there's still other chemical gases. It's just terrible. The gases they use. Diarrhea is all I do here. I'll go to floor one. I have to go running back up because it's so strong on floor one. I got to go back up when I was trying to take my garbage out to do some sort of small little thing down there. You can't do anything here without stopping everything you do, pulling down your britches, and going diarrhea. You just can't. That's if you're like me and you don't drop and hit the floor from this stuff. Now, I've told the world when I was allowed, I heard that person slide down the wall. They went boom. First, I heard him hit the wall, and the slide, and then I heard it. I mean, I might as well have just seen that. That was right over my head. That shit was in full color. So I've heard it in the bathroom, but I can't talk about all the times I heard it happen in the bathroom over my head. I have put it on the internet while these two terrorists were still alive in here, but I honestly could only do it once and never talk about it again. They were dropping it over my head from the gas. Just like I just reported it recently. I got super, super sick in the bathroom and then I hear somebody hit the floor over my head. Yeah. So I'm walking around in this stuff. Okay, I guess I am. Yeah, I don't guess. I know I am. And then when they're not pumping it, they come piling in the front door. And they clean up all their dead body stenches. They clean it all up. It's just a decrepit house, but there's no dead bodies making you breathe through your mouth. You know, it's not that bad. And then they all start piling in the front door trying to call cops, if not already with the cops. All the cops standing there with the fire department telling me I need this, I need that. I got to go with them. Yeah. So we'll see. They might come back tonight. I just sit in here and I wait for this day in and day out. I really don't know. I mean, to tell anyone on the internet, I get like 1 and 2 views, so I don't know who hears this. But to tell these 2 viewers that I think I'm going to talk to agents, I couldn't. I'd be lying to you. I really don't know. But you would think before Donald Trump took office, like I was saying, you would think in a world I used to know, a country I used to know, a nation, a country, you would think, oh no, she's witnessed too much. The agents they'll talk to her. No, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I've witnessed so much shit I'm not supposed to know about. Oh my freaking God. And it has to do with the country of Russia. Oh, no doubt. Hands down. No contesting. I know that too. So I don't know what to do when I leave here. So what do I say? What do I do? I don't know. I know a lot of stuff about this stuff here. And I'll get my vocabulary back when I finally get out of here. And, you know, I'll be able to make sense better than just using a few little words I have. But I still won't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, should I go into graphic detail about all these things I have witnessed in here? And what do I say? And should I go into graphic detail about when I witnessed these things and what was happening outside and with the helicopters and in the yards? Where do I begin? What do I say? Oh, I just don't know. I've witnessed it all. I've been just in here. And I wanted to say that my birthday's coming in September, and I'm still in here. It's been birthday after birthday. I moved in here after my birthday in September, 5 years ago. And my birthday's coming up again, and I'm still here. I'm still destitute, and nothing has changed. Not an iota. Not an iota has changed. I absolutely zero contact with anyone. No one talks, text. The only time I get a really creepy, I had to block it, any sort of contact is when Trump is doing some sort of really creepy stuff on his end. Suddenly I hear from relatives that I want nothing to do with, which I've already said 5 years ago, they're all into Trump. It's really, really disturbing. I had to block the messages. I had to block it. And it's because of stuff I witnessed my relatives doing that I said on the internet, I was allowed to say it, that if I were to ever talk to agents, I couldn't look at them and lie and say I didn't witness my relatives doing that. and it was bad enough where I don't want to have contact with them again, if you're smart and you know anybody who's doing that stuff in front of you, it's best to stop calling that person. You don't want to be on their call list. You might be trying to get on an airplane and find you can't get on it. But we're not in the same country anymore. We're not in the same nation. So that's what I keep trying to stress. That's why I'm putting this up. I don't know if I'm going to actually leave here ever talking to professional agents after everything I've witnessed in here. I don't know. And so it's more than likely, without seeing the evidence to it, because I have enough evidence that Putin has given me with his idiotic media and his idiotic arrests that he made and tries to process the courts in the state of New York to carry out his idiotic desperation to preserve his house so he doesn't get arrested in Russia for terrorism. It's this house, 1509 S Street Northwest. So he's got all his screwballs in New York and all his screwballs from this terror cell, Moldova. He just keeps putting in more evidence. So everybody knows it now. They can read it, see it. It's everything I said. He's trying to fight me with the media. He's got his media staffed with college hookers. All the college hookers, you get on the internet, you look for a college girl. That's who he hired at all his media centers. They do everything they're told. So they're writing articles, or their Johns are writing articles, and it's just really ugly. It's really, really ugly. I don't know if I'm going to leave here and ever talk to a professional agent. I just walk around knowing and seeing and witnessing all this, just go by myself. I very likely could. And that's what I'm trying to say. So all the evidence is pushing and suggesting and showing and revealing all the hard evidence that this house is a Moldova-owned Russian former gangster house. Okay? Somehow my name ended up on that company's ownership. I'm the owner now. And I've lived here for 5 years. But this is what I think, and I strongly do believe this, because all the evidence shows this. There's no evidence showing me anything else to believe. I believe that I will never have a dime of that business's money, and I will never see that deed to the who owns the house as the business, but I'm on the list of the business. I'm the only one that owns the business. There was a list of all these Russian gangsters. Well, they're not on it. I'm on it now. I'm the only one on the list. I'm the owner. I don't believe I'll ever see any documents or proof of that. I don't believe I'll ever even speak to anyone. What I believe, because the evidence shows, is that I will sit here day and night destitute. The phone will never ring. Nothing will change. It'll be just like it has been since the day I moved in here 5 years ago in September. And my birthday's coming up this September, and nothing will change. I lost 5 years of my life just sitting in this fucking house. Now, I know I helped all those bros, these men flying over the house. They couldn't have done it without me. Oh, without a doubt. And I know anyone who's been watching these videos for all these years, they agree. There's no way they could have done it without me, especially how I'm running around with these gases. And all I do is diarrhea. All I do is go diarrhea. It's pretty easy for me. Just go pull my pants down, go diarrhea, flush, and come right back to whatever I'm doing. But this is serious gases. Bodies pile up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, for me, it was pretty good. But no, all the evidence is showing it doesn't matter what happened in here. The Americans don't care. We know that. We don't need any more evidence to that. They don't care. The Americans don't want to fucking hear this anymore. They're done with this YouTube channel. They want to go dance and party. But the evidence shows that because of Putin, because of Saudi Arabia, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, so on and so forth, I will never see the evidence to who owns this house. I will never see it. What I believe, I'm going to tell my viewers this. What I believe is you'll see me on my birthday sitting here. You'll see me after that, the coming months after that, sitting here. There'll still be power. It'll still be empty. It'll still be all rocking and rolling, everything going. Nothing stopping. And no one knows who owns the house. No, nothing changed. It's all the same every day, going on and on and on. And the only thing that will be happening is I'm saving my money, slowly saving my money, and then finally I leave, and I leave alone. I go away in a budget rental car. Yep, that's what I believe. That's where all the evidence is showing this is going. There's no evidence to give me any other belief. Oh, and the good guys will be swirling and hovering and doing their raids, but nothing will ever change. I'll still be right underneath them in here, all alone, running around, pulling my pants down, going diarrhea, coming back, flushing the toilet. Nothing will stop. Gases everything going. So that's where all the evidence is. I'm sorry, that's what I believe. Anything else would be a complete and utter shock to me and a surprise. Anything else? But no, I don't believe I'll ever see that I own this property through the business, and I don't believe I'll ever see a dime that's legally mine. No, I don't believe it. This is so huge felony crimes to keep someone from the money that's legally theirs. Because don't I have to eventually pay taxes? Yeah. Oh yeah, all this is evident. I gotta pay taxes on my business. I gotta pay taxes on this house. No, these cops in the U.S. will just come arrest me for not paying taxes on a house they never let me know I owned. You gotta understand what I'm dealing with in the United States. They're just waiting for anything I do. There'll be no defense for me. I'll say I didn't even know I owned the house. They'll still have me cuffed and they'll have me before a judge. Lock her up. Get her away, finally. You know what? These men who are police in the United States need to go to hell. All right? So here I am 5 years later, nothing has changed. And I'm more likely going to leave here, my own fucking house that I own. I strongly believe I own it. It's not me that owns it. It's a business that owns it. I'm the business owner. But what I believe is I will leave here, my own freaking house, not really knowing it. And I don't know. I mean, you kind of feel like, gosh, don't you need to pay taxes? And gosh, there's all the city stuff you got to handle with the city and the county of a house. There's so much responsibility, but I didn't know. But it's going to come back on me legally if I don't deal with it, because my name's on this shit. So, but I'll never see the evidence to that. No, the actual deed, name, logged, registrations, everything. I will never see it. And the money that I could have had that could have saved my life, I'll never see a penny. Not a penny of it. I'll just leave here saving my money month after month, desperately saving my little bit of money to get myself out all alone and go somewhere else all by myself. That's where the evidence is leading me. Adios.